Hello and welcome back for another stock analysis video brought to you by PennyStockAnalysis.com. Our stock analysis today will focus on Fortune Oil and Gas Incorporated. They trade under the symbol FOGC on the pink sheets, and their website is www.fortuneoilandgascorp.com. And one of the great things and one of the reasons we have focused so much on this stock recently is because of a lot of the great business developments that are currently taking place. So here is a list of the most recent news and great business developments taking place at FOGC, especially over the last month. The first thing is that they acquired Crescent Energy from King Resources, and that acquisition will enable them to reopen 3 dozen oil wells over the course of the year. And given that they can produce about 200 barrels of oil a day at current prices that are about $100, that means annual revenue of about $7 million. They have already started reopening wells, which means revenue should be coming in very quickly. And the huge news report today is that there's a $110 million reserve that has been discovered by their new geological reports that were just released today. And in addition to that absolutely amazing news that they have just found $110 million under the ground in oil reserves, there has also been recent activity given they've been doing a lot of work with Alta Mining, who's their other subsidiary. So on we move to their stock charts. So on the top we see a standard price chart, on the bottom we see a volume chart. So there's a couple of things I want to draw your attention to. The first on the price chart is that red line is a 50-day simple moving average. Notice how over the last little while it has continued a straight line up, and the price keeps setting higher highs and higher lows. In other words, it's an upward trend, and we can see that it has in fact found resistance. Moving lower onto the volume chart in the yellow circle, we see that the volume in the last let's call it 2.5 months has in fact increased, and it seems to be at a level that is more heightened, and which is a good sign for the stock. I mean, there's more people watching and more people that can possibly buy the stock. Onto the second chart we see a simple MACD chart on the bottom. What I want you to concentrate on is what's inside that yellow circle. We have the MACD line, which is blue, cross over the red line, which is the signal line in red. And in fact, the spread, the divergence of the blue line above and away from the red line means that there's more intensity in this price movement. There's a lot of strength in the stock, and that corresponds with the rising share price, of course, and of course the higher levels of support, which means the stock may have just found its new kind of trading range. As with any stock, one thing long-term investors like is predictability, and that's exactly what this rate of change chart that is now up on the screen provides. We see a nice upturn in the price of FOGC over the last 2.5 months. We see that it has reached new support levels, and as we move down towards the rate of change chart, we see that there is a nice steady rise in the rate of change. Nothing too drastic, nothing that would cause an investor to worry. And especially with the great news and the new $110 million of revenue that's going to be coming out of the ground and right into the pockets of this company, that's great news for the company and investors, of course. And with a predictable rate of change, it makes for a good long-term investment. Our fourth and final chart of the day is the relative strength index. What I would like to impress upon you inside of that yellow circle is that the higher highs of the price of FOGC have also been echoed in the relative strength index, with higher highs on the relative strength index, which means that there is in fact real strength behind this price movement. Additionally, the straight horizontal green line on the screen also shows that there's a strong support level for FOGC in the way that it's currently trading, and that in fact it has found a new channel, which means we should expect much more consistent upward trends, and of course improving trading range, less volatility, and an overall steady increase in price and revenue, of course, given that they're going to be reopening wells and just have a new report that found a lot of oil reserves that can be mined from the ground. After analyzing 4 charts for Fortune Oil and Gas, and which is FOGC on the pink sheets, we can easily discern from this analysis that in fact FOGC has found a new and higher support level for the stock price. There should be less volatility moving forward. There is new support level. A new trading range has been established, and we expect it to continue moving upwards, the stock price and the revenues and outlook for the company. Remember, they're going to be reopening wells. They've just acquired Crescent Energy. They have Alta Mining, which is their other subsidiary that's involved in precious metals. And so there's going to be a heck of a lot of revenue coming into the company, and that's great news for investors. And we expect nothing short of the 100 million plus oil, of course, that has just been found in the report. So if all goes well, there should be great things in the future for FOGC. And with that, we say goodbye from Penny Stock Analysis and PennyStockAnalysis.com. Invest wisely.